And welcome back, everybody. Today we are continuing on in the Silver Lantern archives with the specific game of A Tale of Shadow and Fire. Our party's been getting up into a mess, as they no doubt always do, being the survivors of Silvery Moon. But for what's going on recently, I think Sil's got it best. So, Sil, go ahead and tell me what's going on.
Currently right now, last week we got to know Eki and Timmy a little bit. Got to introduce them. And well, they got to see the clusterfuck that is our party of people that are very, very tired and beat to shit. There's always something. Um, but some people woke up. Tamerlane had a very so much out of body experience. Um, Soul damage, what a hell of a drug. As well as our apple pie boy woke up, who we have come to find out his name is Phelan. As well as Corback woke up and there was some more weird misty shit. And Tamerlane swallowed 2 glass bottles. Because why wouldn't Tamerlane? Let's see. Hermes wandered in, which is why Tamerlane stopped having the out of body experience and then promptly swallowed 2 glass bottles. Um, Eki doesn't know this, but Korvac was cheering for them in the ethereal as they were unconscious, as Eki was telling everyone how, sleep is important and running ourselves ragged is not going to help anybody. Uh, Phelan was a bit disheartened as unfortunately he was the only survivor that we found. We don't know if anyone's actually missing. There was a lot of bodies. Um so if somebody was kidnapped, we we gave the description of the corpses that we could find. Um and actually I don't even think we did that. But we Darian had finally woken back up. There was a bit of a tiff with the elk, as always, who still won't accept a name. Uh, Rufus was Rufus, and when we said that we needed to get to Neverwinter quickly, Rufus took that as a challenge and grabbed Darian and ran like all holy hell.
He tore
And
up
made a
his paws.
3-day. Yeah, he tore up his paws. He made a 3-day journey in one.
Not even one, he did it a couple hours.
It was over 8 hours.
No, yeah, fair.
That's more than a couple. Fucking, that's the day's journey. So he went. We got to Neverwinter. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning, but we got there, in which we all filed in with our severely wounded, um, and unconscious. But it's fine because we're in a church of Lathander at the moment. They're giving us a hand. We need to get the name of the cleric that's been helping us.
That is currently yelling at Phelan.
Yeah. Yeah, they're currently yelling at Phelan. Something we ended on Phelan, where the fuck is my sister, or something along those lines. And that's where we left off.
Excuse me. But yes, does anybody have anything else to add?
Timmy speaks in people's heads. It's pretty cool.
Did they think that? Did they think they Ones too, and it's just the detox just has to be sucked up because I know they've got a magical bucket that Tamerlane's vomiting profusely into.
For that, yes. There wasn't much they could do about it, but let it pass, unfortunately.
Okay, but they think the soul issue part is okay, and then the drugs we just vomit.
Um,
Is what
well,
we
no,
understand
they don't
from
think it's
them.
good, but they've done what they can. And now they're in the monitoring stage. I'd like to stop yawning,
And
please.
did we ever
Oh, excuse me.
remember to ask about the vials? Like, did they help with that at all? Did we check on that? I can't remember if we did.
I don't think anybody ever brought it up.
Okay. Hmm, we should check on that because I know we've been doing a lot of vomiting and no glass vials have come out. So they're somewhere in Tamerlane, I guess.
Yeah.
And
So,
so collapsed and had to go to sleep. That was the other thing that happened that was being left out. So had to go
Yeah.
night night.
Cecile's always tired.
yeah, I feel that. As we return to the party, so go ahead and take your hair point. We return to the party in which this slightly taller than Syl redhead it has gotten in Phelan's face, and she has a finger on his chest. He has backed up against the wall, hands up. It looks like a small house cat has turned into a tiger, and Phelan's just like, "Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me!" What's the rest of the
Phyllis.
party up to? What's just going on as Timmy has fallen asleep again?
Yeah. He's in a food coma from all those
Pancakes.
waffles. He got the waffles too.
Oh, there.
There was a lot. There was a lot of syrup. Um, Phil's gonna look over and go, "Who are you?
Gwen. Is she still staring down Phelan? He looks very nervous.
Why are you yelling at the boy that just almost died?
Because he was supposed to keep an eye on my sister.
What does your sister look like?"
She gives a short description of a girl a little bit smaller than her, definitely thinner with the same fiery hair. Not somebody you recognize.
So not someone that was among the bodies.
Not that you noticed. Not that many of them are recognizable anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
but red hair would normally peek through. So Phil does go, "If it makes you feel any better, that wasn't one among the dead, so."
I doubt she would be. She's a pain to get rid of most of the time. Nothing like this is going to finish her off. But you were supposed to keep an eye on her, Phelan. Well, there was a lot going on. Um, uh, he doesn't know what to do at the moment, as there is a finger that is starting to glow in his face.
Syl is going to pull herself out of her sitting position and put a hand on this woman's shoulder and go, "The only reason Phelan isn't dead is because of me.
Good, you
He did the
saved
best he
him.
could.
Now sit down before your legs give out on you.
I will when you stop
Oh,
threatening the poor boy. He looks like he's gonna piss himself."
Oh, he should. Because when Mum finds out, it's going to be even worse, Phelan. Is she here too? No, no, she's not Phelan, but she knows what's going on. She always bloody does. Uh,
Looks to Eki
can
for help.
Eki just like, I was gonna say, can Eki just look over and say, I don't know what your name is, but it seems pretty obvious to anyone with any sort of regular vision that the people in here are very sick, and you storming in with the dramatics is not impressive or helpful. So why don't you stop before I help you stop?
that is fair enough. She takes him by the ear and drags his ass out.
Nope,
Because Phelan, on
Eki's
the other
following.
side, is
Yes.
not injured anymore.
No. Well, Eki's gonna follow because there's no reason to bring a damn huge fight to the temple that just helped heal a whole entire party or working on it. That's just not polite.
So I mean, it's her temple. This is the woman that just saved everybody. She was sitting on the
Yeah, but
temple
there's
steps.
no reason to start a big thing. It's so rude. We should be better than this.
Do you
Yeah,
need something?
that being said, what was her name?
Gwen.
Gwen. Okay. Go put that on the artwork before you forget.
But that was aimed at Eki.
Do you two have to have this fight? We would like to figure out more of what's going on with the party.
Yes, then if you go sit down, we will be back in shortly. I have personal business to attend to with Phelan. She shoots daggers at him with her eyes, not magically.
No. He's just going to say, you are a very dramatic person and you should probably go to sleep. And she's just going to go back and sit down because this is too much drama to start off a day with or a night, whatever time it is.
It's getting closer to midday by this point because y'all slept in a good while because y'all got in late. But that brings us with just the party as of the moment.
So
I'm feeling things I ate in my childhood.
Fair. Have you thrown up the vials yet?
No. Why?
I'm gonna go find a healer. Darian, make sure that he doesn't spontaneously die, please.
Oh please!
I can
Oh please!
try.
Vials can't be that. Oh please! I put way worse stuff in my system than what is in those vials.
It's not what's in the vials, that's the vials cracking inside of you and then glass slowly working its way through your intestines and slicing them up. So you just start internally bleeding and having other things come out in you that would probably be pretty painful. If vomit starts in a way that's a lot different, you should let us know.
All right. I should be fine though. This isn't the first time some weird chunk of foreign object I've had to like remove from the body.
I don't know if I want to know the details of that personally.
Personally, yeah, no, it did kind of suck for like 3 days. Also, I still wonder how it got in me.
Still's going to find another cleric.
You find a tall man with sandy blonde hair. He looks kind of old, his cheeks a little sunken, but he has a bright smile and his hair hasn't started to gray, which is a little weird. But, good afternoon, miss. What can I do for you?
In the whirlwind that was our arrival well, I guess it was this morning, all things considered. I'm not sure that all of the medical information was given, and Scylla's going to first lift off the fact that Tamerlane has not thrown up the 2 glass vials that he swallowed yesterday.
And is there any particular reason that he swallowed 2 glass vials? Or any idea of the substances held within, if any at all?
To answer the first question, I thought it was a good idea.
He is not currently in
To
the room
answer the
with
second,
Tamerlane.
Yeah.
oh, okay, he's just vomiting then.
Because Sill's out getting
So
this guy. He's out in one of the main lobbies.
yeah,
My bad.
you're good, Blue. So we'll look at the guy and go, well, one of them is the remnants of whatever happened to Tinker, which is the fairy, and the other one is the remnants of whatever happened to Korvac, who is the large half dragon. I don't know exactly what was in them, but when it came out of them, it went back into those bottles. And Tamerlane panicked, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that
There's
is of much concern. While your large dragon friend is extremely resilient, it does seem to not have done much to him, at least not that we can detect. However, your smaller friend does not have the resilience of the larger, and, well, she is still, or they, I believe they are preferred, they are still undertaking a number of rituals to attempt to stabilize their body. If your friend has consumed the same power and it still has residual effects, there is a strong chance things will go very badly for him. So, shall we
uh,
go and check on him? I do believe it was Lady Gwen that was in charge. Have you seen her? Small,
yeah,
red hair.
she's currently yelling at Phelan.
Ah, yes. The loss of the princess is concerning. Now, shall we?
What joy. Triple. Okay, yeah, no, let's.
Now, your
Yeah,
friend, what was his name?
Tamerlane.
Tamerlane. Now, is this Tamerlane the kind of individual that would like to know this information privately? Or perhaps we should say it in front of the group, which would cause less panic. As one of the followers of Gaia, I imagine you all know your things quite well.
Huh. Funny. Very. Oh, Blue died. He's back. Still will be taken aback for a second and go, it's not very often that somebody I've noticed recently actually recognizes my holy symbol.
It is not by your symbol I recognize you, dear. It has been such a long time since your people were about. It is good to see that at least something. I did worry.
Still looks even more confused. Better in the group. Every time he tends to wander off, well, he's got some gaps in his memory.
Your large dragon friend seems to be suffering the same. Which is quite a feat, if I say so myself. With his draconic blood, you would have expected things to be very weakening in effect. Very magically resistant, those creatures. But perhaps he doesn't have enough blood of it. Enough of the blood in him, or perhaps it was
Or it was made
overtly powerful.
specially. I was going to say, or it was aimed at him specifically.
If it was
As they're
aimed at
walking
him
towards the.
specifically, I suspect things would have gone far worse.
It went straight for him.
Perhaps a general target. But we do not know what it was for. Do you know where it came from? He is walking and talking, by the way.
Yeah. Phil goes, not precisely. Like I said, Tamerlane's got some gaps in his memory. They appeared in his pocket. But he doesn't have the memory to know where they came from. He thought they were part of his stash. When he opened the first vial, it went after Korvac, and the second vial, Phil will tilt her head a little bit. I'm going to be honest, I think that it was trying to go after me, but Tinker's one of their clockwork dragon got in the way.
I see. And would your friend have any reason to attack you or this Korvac?
Phil will shake her head. No.
Has he shown any reason to be doubted?
Syl will shake her head. Tamerlane's a lot of things, but it's mainly just occasionally an idiot. I mean, hell, the whole reason that he's got soul damage at the moment is due to the fact that he shut down a portal because he knew if something got through, it'd kill us.
Kill the party of you, or perhaps kill him?
He could have gotten out.
Understandable.
I don't.
I
Syl's going to shake her head. We don't have the time to. We don't have the time to be doubting our friends. There's too much shit going on.
I see. Well, I do apologize, but more information is always good when dealing with situations of this nature. As he opens the door and walks in. Good morning to the lot of you. Which one of you would be Tamerlane?
Yeah, that would be me. Looking at the one staring over the pail of emptiness.
He walks over and he looks you over. Would you be kind enough to lay down?
Sure. I don't feel anything coming up at the moment. Ugh, as I lie down, as I lie on my back.
As you see, he reaches out, and before he touches you, may I touch you, please?
Sure, fine. It's over with. Everything feels weird. And I'm on my drug back.
You see his fingers are very long and very thin, almost skeletal in nature, but they looks like they still have the natural skin on them and muscle. They're just very long and spindly. As he reaches on and gently presses against your chest, moving along, is any of this sensitive? As he continues to press, nothing that you feel seems too sensitive.
No, I feel fine.
I see. He starts going over your stomach. And any of this? You still feel nothing.
I'll let you know when I feel something.
I see. You see his hand starts to glow with an inner light, almost, that seems to be going through the skin, making it almost translucent. But you don't see anything through it as he presses his fingertips again and again against Tamerlane. Well,
Are you looking for something, or?
Is interesting. It seems the vials in which you have consumed are no longer there, but there is an underlying something hiding within you. Very interesting indeed.
Upon hearing that, I check my pockets to see if I feel the vial.
You do not.
Yeah, well, hopefully those things are gone forever. Uh, what do you mean underlying?
Well,
Oh, wait, you're talking about like the stuff that's, yeah. I don't think any of the drugs are still in my system anymore. Sadly.
well, everyone has a natural magical energy, a unique marker. It's how divination magic tends to find you. Once it is known, it can be followed. Yours, however, seems to have something unnatural hiding underneath it. Something I am not quite familiar with. It doesn't seem to be doing anything as of the moment. However, that does not often mean much of anything, as the most dangerous assassins are never seen till the moment they strike.
Wait, are you telling me someone like has like a tracking spell on me or something?
No. This, I believe, may be... how to explain it? The things that were in the vial, from what your friend said, they seem semi-sentient, at least able to track and choose their targets. Is that
Uh,
correct, Miss?
Yes.
It seems that they are now hiding within Tamerlan. As for what purpose or what design, I cannot say.
okay. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing that I don't know. Maybe that's the thing that keeps whamming me.
Define whammying, please.
I think Sil could describe it best. Something like I learned about something, that my mind went dead, and now I don't remember what I did yesterday, or like a couple days ago.
I do not believe that these things are related. As I understand it, this whammying took place before you ingested the vials.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. Sorry. It's been a rough few days.
Not a problem. It is always such with adventurers. They find the most gnarly of things to get themselves involved in. It was that way in the days of your forefathers. It is like that today, and it will be like that with your descendants.
So,
Just a holy vampire.
uh, anything else you can tell me currently?
Well, my advice, without more information, would be to avoid magic. Magical items should be fine, but the use of your own personal magic may cause issues, at least until we know more.
What the? I am a wizard. That is how I do half of my stuff. Are you telling me I can't use my spellbook or anything?
I'd imagine you'd be able to read it, but playing with the magical field around you may allow for the moment we shall call them creatures, to slip deeper in underneath your magic, burrowing in like a mole in the dirt.
So effectively, I can't. Do anything. Good to know.
I wouldn't say can't, but as a medical professional, I would advise against it for the time being, at least for a few days. The more we know, the better we can monitor, and the more information we will be able to give you.
Oh, great. Well, we gotta go kill a dragon, and we're leaving today to kill a dragon. So,
He looks at the rest of the party, who is very exhausted. If my medical opinion is something you would be interested in, I would advise you not to go for any killings today. Your group looks overloaded and exhausted. A dragon is no joke.
Uh,
right.
Ecky's just gonna raise her hand and say, "Thank you. This is what I've been saying," but they don't listen very well.
No, adventurers rarely do. The best way I've found to do is tie them down, but that only makes them fight harder. Adventurers are a very interesting sort. They're the ones that change the world and even make new ones sometimes. Fascinating. Things always seem to happen.
I'm assuming you can't just like blast whatever is in me out of me.
Well, if I were to blast this creature hiding on underneath your aura, it would be, let's see, what would be a good way to explain this? As of the
Disastrous.
moment, you are a box. Within is housed your soul. The wood of the box would be your magical presence, your body, your powers, your strength, and whatnot. Damage to this would, of course, damage your body and your ability to continue living and casting. The creatures in which you have ingested are hiding in between the crevices next to your soul and underneath the wood. Blasting at them would require us to break down that wood to get through at it. Which, as you can imagine, would have very dire effects upon your body.
Put it this way, Tamerlane, you just need to sleep it off for a little bit longer.
This is why I hate healing magic. It takes too goddamn long.
Would you prefer healing naturally?
No, I meant sorry, I said that wrong. I meant healing in general. It takes way too long. I'm a wizard. I'm used to just forcing things through and it works.
I believe that may be how you ended up in this situation.
I just need to get a little bit stronger, so next time I have to close a portal, it won't affect my soul. Or at the very least, I somehow manage to destroy it to get better at killing demons.
As I have found, as you go stronger, as do your adversaries, the more power you hold, the more danger that you will be faced with. It always leads to people seeking more.
Which is a terrifying thought, speaking that we started so low on the totem pole with such strong enemies.
Yes. That does seem to be the case in most, doesn't it? And as you find more powers, those of even greater strengths will see you as something to be a challenge to them. They will seek you out and deal with you accordingly. That is why in all great histories, when a great villain rises, as does a hero, but when the hero rises, as does the villain. It is the Lord's way of balancing, I believe.
Rifle.
As my fellows here in the church like to say, a bright light may shine for everyone to see, but the brighter the light, the darker the shadows.
Unless we erase all the shadows permanently.
Yes, that is the thing. And once you destroy all those shadows, there's no reprieve, no time to rest. The world will always be going and will burn out.
That is the dream of a wizard, to see the end of all in terms of magic and learning.
Eki, you get a shoulder squeeze.
I think that is also never going to be a thing you find. The end of all things is an impossibility. There'll always be something in one form or another. But that is philosophy. I think what you need now is time to rest. How are the rest of you? Has anyone else swallowed any strange things I should worry about?
Not that I'm aware of.
Are you able to make that one? I'm just gonna point at Darian and that one, and she'll point at Stella and say, "Are you able to make them sleep more? They need more sleep."
To make them sleep? No, I do not think so. Perhaps I could force your friend, he nods to Darian, to slumber, but The other friend, not as much. Their kind is known for being resistant to that kind of magic.
Perks of being an elf. Or at least the half elf.
I
Don't
could
ask me what the
perhaps
other half is.
take a large stick and beat them to unconsciousness, but as a healer, that is directly against my methodologies in many cases. All I can do
Still
is
just
ask that
hiding
you
her stick.
get some sleep. Perhaps wander the city. I would avoid any shady areas that are of unknown moralities, but there is much good here within the city. And adventurers like you never take to being put in one place for too long. It is why we are in the state, as you hear yelling from upstairs, with young Phelan.
And hope with Phelan. We don't know him yet. If myself or Timmy, when he wakes up, choose to leave, would someone watch over this group so they will continue to sleep? And she's just gonna like stare daggers at Syl. She feels like Darian at least will cooperate some with sleep, but doesn't trust Syl on that.
I'm not going to get any more benefit from sleep today. I'm not going to push myself if that's your worry, though. I am going to go check on the others. April was in a bad way even before everything went to shit. And then everything with Corback.
Indeed. I believe leaving Miss April to her devices for a while may be of help. She seems to be in a bad mental space, and the mention of your party seems to exasperate it. So perhaps some time away will be good. As for Korvac, he...
In that case, then it sounds like she needs to go back to. Syl's going to cast sending. It is going straight to Mistress Belladonna with just 25 words of April's mentally fucked, we need help.
All you get is we are watching.
And there's
Ah.
Timmy.
Sorry.
As Timmy
yeah.
falls out of the bed nearby.
Timmy's awake. Timmy's awake.
Sorry, I don't usually stay up as late as that.
Fair.
You see this man put a soft hand on your shoulder, Syl.
Mm-hmm.
As I understand it, she is warring with herself. An interest in helping and an inability to do as such.
You what?
Nothing. He finishes on that.
May I just ask, do any of us know what this guy is? Just
He seems...
Becky and myself are both race.
You could attempt a Arcana, history, religion, nature. Whichever you prefer.
And, you know, I don't have great stats in any of them, so we'll just go with history. Yep, that feels about right.
Eki, you're still new to the area. He just looks like a dude. He looks like a weird dude, but a dude all the same. Syl, you, on the other hand, are looking at him, and the strangeness of his body just seems odd to you. The more you look at it, the more incongruities. He looks taller than he should be. He looks human, but also elvish, but not in the way the half-elves look. There's a strange glow to his eyes. It's very strange. But nothing that you've seen before that you go, ah, you're this.
There. Phil's going to help Timmy off the floor. Okay.
Ah, thank you.
Of course, Timmy. And Phil will pat you on the head. Phil's going to look at this man and go, something's going through your head. I'm curious about what it is.
Many things are always going through my mind. What in specific do you wish to know?
You petered off there from your last sentence to me.
Yes, well, I believe that is due to your friend falling. He did make quite an umph for one of his kind who tend to be on the smaller side.
Fair.
I am bigger than most people you hear in your head, Sylvanus.
Phil's going to just rub her temples and go, I would very, very much like people to be frank. There's too much, honestly, memory. There's so much fucking memory loss. Phil's gonna shake her head. You're not saying everything. At least the way that you are speaking makes it sound as such.
Saying everything is never a good thing. There are always things that people are unable. But in this case, I do not think there is anything more that I can really tell you.
You said my kind. You said it like you haven't seen a half elf recently.
I refer not to that, but one of the followers of Gaia. It has been a very long time since I've seen anyone from the Sisterhood.
Fair.
As I
I've
understand them, most died during the sacrifice.
What do you mean?
The event during the spell plague that decimated the lady.
Fair. I still don't.
It was
What
my
is this?
understanding that along with most of her priests, that she was very badly injured, if not killed outright. The priests that assisted her and the priestesses, well, it was a rather bloody affair. And when the
Look,
gods are mortal, their mortal wounds can be all the more devastating.
fair. I I don't think I don't know how to get past everyone thinking she's dead. At least where I'm from, I think she was known. She wasn't widely worshipped, but she wasn't considered a dead god.
It may be, perhaps, then the Gaia of our world shifted into yours. Perhaps that would allow for the thought of her death to be so widely known here, but so unknown there. especially if she was so little known.
There.
And if she is still alive, I think that would be for a good thing. Because unlike the other gods who did die, many of them have had their portfolios given to new hands and a new version of them returned.
So everyone sees Syl look this man straight in the eyes and very confidently says, "She's not dead. I've seen her. She's not dead."
Yes, well, I do hope that is the case.
You have a very, very convicted cleric.
He gives
Syl
you a
is
soft smile.
Korvac awake?
Not as of the moment. It seems, with everything going on, he agreed that a short rest would be good for him. And he was adamant to check that you had removed your armor before he did.
Looks down at her armor that she is very clearly back in. Yeah, well, him and Eki will get along just fine.
Indeed. What's the rest of the party doing while this conversation's going on? There's just this really tall dude.
Is he taller than Timmy?
How tall's Timmy?
7.5 feet.
He's a little bit smaller than Timmy, but not by much. He's probably 7'2", 7'3".
Timmy.
Raven, a slight recap. Phelan got taken away by the cleric to have a talk with them. New cleric's been helping us. The vials are gone inside of me, though something else is lingering, and that's about when you came in.
Huh. I didn't know Halen was in this campaign.
Phelan.
Oh,
The apple
Yeah,
pie
there's really
guy.
bad habit of stuff that's listed in Steve's campaign saying really annoying.
you mean Tamerlane?
No, Phelan, the apple pie guy.
Oh, Phelan. I thought you were saying Halen. Okay.
Yeah, no, my pronunciations are weird.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess Timmy is just up, stretching out his limbs. Yeah, he's not used to just laying around for so long.
But yes,
Well,
what is the rest of the party up to before we get back to Syl?
yeah. Eki, you're muted.
Nikki's thinking about taking a walk.
Okay.
That's about it. She's just been kind of hanging out in the corner looking at this very tall person, trying to figure them out. And if she's overheard the conversation, probably wondering why he would tell a cleric that their god's dead when in her eyes, your god has to be alive to give you power. So she's a little confused and just is thinking about taking a stroll during the daytime and stretching her legs.
You could always ask him.
Kind of weird few days. Well, she doesn't want to just interrupt. She's been taught not to be that rude.
Nah, do it. Bring yourself into the conversation. Because it still looks like she's in a stare off with this man.
Okay. Well, if that's where we're at, then I think Eki would probably look over and just be like, I don't know exactly what you are. I mean, I know that you're not something I've seen before, but I don't understand why you would tell someone their god is dead when their god needs to be alive to grant them their powers. It's where our powers come from. So Syl's seen their god and gets power, so Gaia's alive. That's just what that means.
Yes and no. The thing about deities and their strength is that strength does not ebb quickly. That strength continues to exist, at least for a while. And it could be that the remains are what gives Miss Sylvanas her powers. That being said, it is not the only way that it could work. It could be, as I stated, that Gaia has moved into a different realm, and her power is reaching across the void to reconnect with her priestess. And there are other options, I suppose, ones that we do not yet know. And then there is also the option that Gaia is in hiding somewhere within the world, as her church has been utterly destroyed and has not resurrected.
At the mention of her being in hiding, still does get a look on her face of, yeah, that might actually be the case.
But I can say for certain the high priest and her sisters are very dead, as was the mortal shell in which Gaia herself inhabited during the spell plague. Whether or not she continued on after that, well, the deities are very strange. And as I stated, unlike those like Mistra, they have not had someone new take up the mantle. As for what that means, I do not know.
I mean, it could mean a lot of things. Gaia's portfolio people can claim technically spread out to a bunch of different deities.
Which may be the case. That her responsibilities went to others.
I know they didn't, but most. There was an incident in Silvery Moon. She's definitely not dead, though I will say that she might be in hiding.
Yes, if it was indeed her.
The and Azune's not even here for me to point at his palm.
There was a time, long ago, where one of the gods did step away. The reasons I do not understand, or say that I can know, but this god did leave. But their clergy did not know, as upon the leaving of the god, another stepped into its place and deceived the others generations. And by the time that things had changed, the following of this god was used to the new extrinsies of this false god. And when it was revealed that it was not their god and someone else entirely, well, things went very badly very quickly. I hope
You speak
that
in
is not the
so many
case.
riddles. It is amazing.
It is the problem with not having a full understanding of what exactly is going on, and there are so many holes and inconsistencies in the deep histories. Well, all we have is speculation and riddles.
I don't have enough of my memories to even begin to help.
No. But, as I said, I would be just as happy as many others to see her return safely, and I very much hope that you are a sign that better days are to come. But, as the most recent event cannot be studied due to the immediate loss of Silvery Moon as well.
We're working on that.
Yes, so I've heard.
Have you? That's not something we mentioned when we came in.
No, but a good friend of mine did send warning.
Raises an eyebrow, waiting for an elaboration.
He doesn't.
And who's that friend?
I believe you met him briefly. And I believe you continue to travel with a friend of his.
That could be two people. You're either talking about April or you're talking about Hermes. And if you're talking about Hermes, that means you're talking about Sirius.
Yes, Mr. Marcis is an old friend of mine. It has been quite some time since we traveled together, but I suppose his adventuring days never really left him. He always finds himself in the middle of trouble.
You could say that.
It's no more different
Wait a
than when
minute.
he was young. Less
How did
headstrong and more wise nowadays, but
Wait a minute. How did he get a message to you before Silvery Moon
I believe you requested that he sent out a message to those that could help. He did manage that shortly before everything went awry.
just looked at Darian?
So, he knew what was going to happen before it happened?
Not with the loss of Silvery. No.
No, but
We were informed of a situation with the release of a certain entity. And then, not long after, things went dark. And knowing my old friend, he was in the middle of it because he really.
you probably got word of the Sun Eater escaping, I would guess.
Yes. Because all that time ago, y'all did ask that. You're like, we can't handle this. Fucking tell the big names. Get the word out. Y'all did ask that, and that's one of the things Sirius was working
I
on when
did.
this thing went down.
Yeah, so we'll have that. We'll remember. Well, at least, yeah, no, we did ask him to send out word.
And that's
We
why
were
the
about.
Lord of Waterdeep knew about y'all as well.
I kind of forgotten that we had asked him to do that. Well, at least something went right. Darren, you have how many levels of exhaustion now?
3.
Okay. And the rest of the party should have. We're gonna be stuck here for a few days.
Enough time to prepare for the dragon.
The dragon, the Civil War. We still have to figure out how we're getting into the Feywild. Ugh. Still is going to just sit down and rubber temples.
Let's tackle one thing at a time, shall we?
The life of an adventurer is never a simple one.
I would like it to be known that this is not the path that I wanted to take. I wanted to be a healer, and a healer, that's it.
You still do a lot of that, at least.
Then perhaps settling down in Temple. But, as I understand it, there are things that need to be done, and you will not abandon them. Is that correct?
Oh, that is highly correct. I might not have asked for this, but I'm not going to just turn my back. That's how people get killed.
And that is what makes you an adventurer. You're the ones that will always stand up and make a difference. Very often at their own cost. But
It's like I told Darian. If I was easy to kill, I'd be dead already.
Yeah, it's not that you do much to prevent that sometimes.
Still looks at you and goes, "But I'm not dead."
Not yet. Speaking of, didn't you mention that there was people trying to do something to you?
You're going to need to be vastly more specific, Darian.
Well, I remember you throw out the line that you're not dead yet, but I remember there being more specific things to that. I believe you think maybe people are out there to try and do something to you.
Oh, we didn't talk about that, did we?
Not yet.
I did not want to tell this twice, but I know for a fact that if I tell you and don't tell Korvac, I'm going to be in more trouble when he finds out. Oh. I had a bit of a memory come back during our last conversation in which I said that.
Is Callback awake at the moment? We could go tell him at the same
No,
time.
he's not awake. He's asleep.
Hmm.
Put it this way, still is. You can see still resigning herself to have to tell this story twice.
If you'd rather wait for him to be awake, we can wait, but if you think you're in danger, it might be worth us knowing.
I'm not. Darian, I'm not afraid for my own life. I will keep on fighting until something takes me out.
That does not fill me with confidence.
Still's going to look at this man and go, "Is there anything else that you can help us with, or may I speak to my team in private?"
by all means, if you need anything, I will be in the temple proper.
Still will nod.
Have a wonderful day.
And to you as well.
As he is going to turn, open the door. Y'all hear more shouting. Oh dear. Perhaps I should go into. He seems to say offhanded to no one as he closes the door behind him.
Still's gonna look at Darian and then is gonna look at Eki and Timmy and go, "Well, to our new companions who haven't, to Eki and Timmy, obviously you haven't been with us for very long. I guess the question is, will you be sticking around after the job's complete?"
I missed that. I missed that part after you said it.
not very long.
You haven't been here very long. Do you plan on sticking around after your missions are completed?
You're here in your head. Good question. You all seem like an interesting lot. Yeah, I might stick around.
Okay. Eki?
Well, that's not exactly up to me whether I stay or go. You're
Let me,
frustrating, but you all are interesting to be around, so I stay as long as I'm allowed to.
fair. The gods work in mysterious ways. In that case, as you can see with Tamerlane over here, he's suffering from some memory loss of recent. Apparently, Korvac is now also suffering from some as well, and well, I've been suffering from it from the start. I only have about, still calculates in her head, I think about a month's worth of memory at this point. 2 months? 2 months. Um, there was some of our missing companions. What I basically I remember waking up in a camp with a man named Galen, who was a friend of Tamerlane's, as well as a man named Pervel. I was, funny enough, more injured than I am now, all things considered. And they nursed me back to health. I had a memory surface within the last few days that took prior to me waking up in their camp. And I'm going to look at Darian and go, it was when I was still underneath that tree where I was, well, quote unquote, found.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, based on how I was told it, Galen found me first. Based on the memory, that's not true. Pervel found me first. He had a sending stone. I don't know who he was talking to, but he said something along the lines of that everything was going according to plan.
Every time I hear that man's name, it always comes with trouble.
I mean, that man is nothing but trouble. We're going to have to go fight an entire civil war because of him.
Yeah, this is true.
And that's not to say everything that he did to April. And and that leaves us with no idea just how deep this all runs. Because I don't understand how me being there would have been towards any sort of plan, speaking I'm not even from this plane of existence.
That is strange. Last we heard, Pervel was still detained, is that correct?
Yes. He hasn't
Yeah,
been seen since God, what was her name?
Mirage?
Mirage got the drop on him.
Yeah. Oh, well, hey, he should still be detained. One sec, let me check the book. It showed him detained in it. It still is going to pull the book out and flip to Purple's name.
It has not changed.
Okay, yeah, he's still detained. Still going to look through the list of names and see if Eki and Timmy have appeared.
They had.
Well, according to the book, Eki, Timmy, you are now a part of the team. May the gods have your back, because we're gonna need it.
I don't know what the book is, but okay.
It's Tamerlan salivating in the background.
Tamerlan never backs down from challenges, ever, even at the detriment of his own sanity. I
Still
will
not.
read that book and I will conquer it.
This still looks
Ugh.
at you, Tamerlan, and goes, "You are not reading this book. The last time that you tried to decipher it, it almost killed you."
The correct term being almost. I still live.
For reference, Eki, the book has a list of a bunch of names. All of them seem vaguely familiar, but I could only really give you information about a select few. It's almost like a tracker, I would say. If your name's crossed out in red, it means you're dead. Hell, technically I'm in here twice, so my name still is going to flip back to like where her name is circled in red. And
Hasn't changed.
still haven't figured out what this one means though. Cuz that's circled in red, and then I flip it and goes to where the rest of the party's names are, and name is just written in black like everyone else. So still's in there twice, but there's a lot of names in which are crossed out in red. Uh yes, Timmy, your name's appeared. Then for reference, Eki, yours is in here now too. So at the very least, I'll know if you're dead. I don't know what kind of comfort that brings. But by the gods, Darren, where the fuck do we go from here?
Well, in our current state, we're not really up to doing much, so I guess we recover, get our bearings, get anything we need for the immediate future, and then deal with one day at a time.
Little nod. Okay. Eki, you're a cleric. Do you have a Revivify prepped?
Yes.
Okay. I only have the one. Just note that I do have a singular diamond on me. I make no promises that we're not going to die at least once. Speaking of Darian, and still slapped you with a fucking with today's death ward.
We're in the city, so what do you think is going to happen to me?
She just gives you a look. You were there in Silvery Moon. Also, Tamerlan, you also come here. Tamerlan's also getting a death ward.
I like that. Why?
He
Why am I getting death warded? I'm fine.
looks at you hunched over a bucket.
This isn't dying. This is not having my drugs and some soul damage. Can I please have my drugs back?
No.
No.
Yeah, you're all no fun.
I'm okay with that. You're going through detox.
Also,
Oh,
maybe
God.
don't shout that at the top of your lungs in the middle of the city in a church.
What? What? Which part?
The wanting your drugs back.
I mean, it is. I mean, it's true.
It's true, but we preferably don't want people to find out about it.
What? The stuff's. What are you talking about? My stuff's harmless. Yeah, my stuff's harmless.
No, it's not. Tamerlane, we had this conversation and you've forgotten about it.
Oh, right. I tried to read the book again, didn't I?
No. Tamerlane, I told you specifically that I wasn't going to give you back the book due to what happened last time you had it.
Oh, I just assumed I took it. I took it off you and tried to read it again.
I'd like to see you try.
Yeah, because I just realized. Yeah, because I just realized I probably wouldn't be able to do it anyway. Uh, I think I need to lie down again. Everything's starting to look a bit fuzzy.
Still just pushes you back onto the bed.
What? Ow! That's not necessary. Okay, vertigo. I think I just got vertigo for a second.
Alrighty. I am going to go check on the rest of the party. In making sure that they're. I'm going to go do cleric things. Darren, have another plate of waffles. Still puts waffles in your. Hand you more waffles.
Are they like smushy by now?
Surprisingly, no.
Oh,
You can still feel heat coming off of them.
that's mildly concerning. Well, I'll take them anyway.
Eat. I want to go make sure that Rufus is doing all right, as well as the others. Eki, would you like to join me?
Sure, I can do that.
So we'll nod in appreciation, and we're gonna go check on the NPCs.
You'll have most of them with you. Well, no, most of them are still unconscious. But those ones,
Yeah.
you see most of them are just sleeping. You can't get to Tink. Korvac is being watched over, also asleep. Rufus, it looks like he's wearing new little booties.
Fair. Is Rufus awake?
Yeah, he's up. Well, he's not up, but he's awake.
He gets scritches.
He is very happy. You get licks, and he gets a glare from the person sitting with him as he tries to get him, and he sits back down. He's like, "Damn it!"
You can stay here, Rufus.
He moves.
Galen would be very upset if I let anything happen to you.
He boofs as a retort.
We really need to find you some sort of magic item that allows you to speak.
He boofs.
I know they exist. We just have to find one. That being said, so Pink we can't get to because they're in extremely bad conditions, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
I will ask for an update on Pink.
They cannot actively give one, as the tall guy gave you the description of they're still in the middle of all those rituals.
Fair
They
enough. Okay.
are actively working on it.
Fair. Then I am going to go check on Korvac.
As I said, there's just somebody sitting with him. He is currently asleep.
Fair.
There's just a looks like probably young trainee, an acolyte. They're just sitting there reading a book. They give you a thumbs up when you walk in, and then a finger to the lip. For shush.
Eki, Sill's going to give you a look that is very clearly of her realizing that this is a trainee. And you can tell just by the look on her face, she's not leaving. She's gonna go take a seat next to Korvac.
He doesn't seem particularly bothered at it.
Okay. I think Eki would just nod and take a second to go back by the others to let them know that Sill's sitting with Korvac, and then she might just take a stroll.
Fair. Anybody follow
And,
ahead?
I think Darian might as well have a look around the city, see what we can get while we're here.
What about Timmy
Um,
and Tamerlane?
I think Tamerlane's laying down.
That hasn't stopped him, especially when there's a chance to go into a city with drugs.
Can I please have my spellbook back? I want to check. I want to go stop by magic store and compare notes.
Sill is not
And
actively there to ask.
it. Still. God damn it! Where's everyone?
You've got Eki, you've got Timmy, you've got Darian. Just
Darian, do you have my spellbook?
No, actually, I don't.
Do I? Does still have it?
Can't say I know, to be honest.
You all suck. All right, fine. I'm going in. I think it's past for the moment. We're going to the city. Look around for a bit. Ugh.
Do you need to bring a
Eki's
bucket
going
with
to
you?
look at he's going to look at Tamerlane too and say, I'm fine if you come with us, but if you try and walk away from me, I will knock you out instantly.
I think I'll go by myself for a bit. I just need to go get some air because everything around just currently smells like what I
No,
just threw up. Ugh.
sorry. Still said that you're not allowed to be on your own because you have a tendency to get in trouble. So I can't let you do that. I can ask the tall, creepy man to come sit with you if you would like, or you could come with myself and Darian and stay with us. Or I could get Syl too.
Why would you ask Korvac to look over me?
No, the other man who came in. He's tall. Korvac's not creepy. The guy with the long fingers who was touching your stomach and spoken riddles.
Oh, yeah, he actually seemed kind of nice.
Yeah, I never said he wasn't nice. He was just tall and creepy.
Fine, I'll go with you guys.
Eki, just so you know, you do hear in your head from Timmy that he can carry them if need be.
I appreciate that, Timmy. And yeah, but she will definitely, she's not kidding either. She will knock Tamerlane out if she has. Yes, why not? Um, so yeah, I guess, is it just the three of us going, or Timmy, are you joining us?
Well, presumably, if he can knock him out, if need be, Timmy gives a thumbs up, so I think he's
Okay.
joining. He's coming around
Yep,
to
he's
drag
got a thumbs
Tamerlane
up
around.
and perfect. So Timmy and I guess I'm assuming Darian and I will make sure Tamerlane doesn't try and go bananas.
In his state, I don't think that's too difficult, but who knows what he'll get up to.
I guess he will ask Darian, should we tell Syl we're going into the city or just let her sit with Korvac?
I think it might be worth us popping our heads in on the way through. I don't think she'll be best impressed if you wander off.
Don't want her to get any more stressed out. I think she might explode if she does. Then yeah, if we can stop by and let Syl know what we're doing, so Syl is aware. I think walk up to the door and kind of wave at her and wave her over so we don't talk loud and upset the trainee sitting with Korvac.
I'm going to be very, very honest. You peek your head in, and Syl has already fallen. She's like leaning on Korvac and is passed the fuck out.
You see
She's
the
been
trainee give a wave.
Syl's been
If you want,
nonstop.
yeah, if he wants to just like write on a little note to say Syl went to the city to look for supplies. Then like Dash told Tamerlane we will knock him out if he tries to run away or walk away. Darian's with us and Timmy. And then a note at the bottom to the trainee, remember to get full rest. Clerics can't sleep in armor. And one more thing that says, hi, Corback, nice to meet you. And just hand that to the little trainee.
He takes it, puts it to the side.
Hopefully he read it in the fair.
Oh,
And then,
he just thought you
yeah,
were leaving a message for Syl. He doesn't even realize it's for
just
him.
gonna point at the thing to say read it as well. She doesn't care if everyone reads it. It's kind of a thing for everyone.
He
And
goes over it and looks over at Syl, kind of scratches his chin.
oh my god, Ecky's just gonna roll her eyes and walk up and take Syl's armor off again and like sit it next to her. Since Syl has like her under stuff underneath it, and she's just gonna, just in case it helps, and just kind of sit it there and then just like shake her head, trainee, in disappointment. Just
He's
pure
only like
disappointment.
13. Stripping a
Doesn't
woman of
matter. He
armor
should be
still
better.
feels weird. He's just like,
He should be better. Bad cleric. Shake her head, and then she'll go ahead and leave.
So, you're not even technically, or you can sleep. I don't think you'll trance. Do you wake up at all during this when you're getting removed your armor off? Because the trainee does come and help.
You know what? Let's see. That would be let perception? That'd be perception.
Yeah, disadvantage.
Oh, I know I have disadvantage.
Nah. You sleepage.
Yeah, no, you get her out of her armor, and honestly, all that means is that she seems to be like curling around Korvac. Korvac's warm. Fucker puts off heat.
You can
She's just
see.
acting like a cat.
You can see the red glow coming from in between his scales, still pulsing with every breath.
As long as she's comfortable, then yeah, I guess the rest of us can head out. Once we get a little ways away from the room, just going to ask probably Darian and Tamerlane if they. No, sorry, excuse me. The Darian Tamerlane, is there anything specific we're looking for while we're in the city? Is there anything that's needed? I don't really know. Besides drugs in your spellbook, Tamerlane.
We're not getting him drugs.
I know.
I need something. I need something. I need something. The withdrawal symptoms are a pain in the ass.
That's the
Darian,
clerics
you
have been
know,
telling you. You just make it through them and a little bit longer and you'll be feeling fine. You just, if you put more into you, they'll just get worse.
Darian, you know, Phil pointed out where basically the D&D equivalent of the Narcane is.
Over the what now?
You know what
Basically
Narcan
helps
is?
them. It basically helps you through withdrawal symptoms.
Oh, right, yeah.
Phil told you exactly where it was in her kit. You can grab it.
Do I want to grab it though?
I mean, here's the thing: is that it will help with his withdrawal symptoms. So probably it should shut him up for at least 2 hours.
Yeah, but do I want to grab it though?
That's completely up to you.
Where's my thing?
I hold nothing against you if you decide not to take it. I'm enjoying playing Tamerlane like this.
Can you not do a 50-50 on
Tamerlane.
Roll20?
You could just roll a D100, call high or low. That's how we do it usually. Or just roll
Yeah,
a
true.
D2,
I'll see.
which is a coin flip.
That's what I was looking for. I couldn't find one.
You just do
Yeah.
/R
The-
space D2.
I'll do this low. Okay, fine. You can get it. Against my better judgment, I'll collect it on the way out. Now, Tamlin, I have a proposition for you. If I give you some of
Okay,
this,
one. Okay.
do you promise to behave while we're in the city?
That depends. What is it?
It'll help you with your withdrawal symptoms.
Uh. All right. So what's the? All right. What do you want in exchange for it?
That you'll behave while we're in the city, and if you don't, we'll knock you out.
What are you talking about? I always behave in the cities.
Mm-hmm. Is that a yes?
One sec. I'm good. Save that in case I decide to go destructive or anything. Just because, as much as I do want my drugs, I am strong enough to exist until I can get more.
You're not getting drugs, Tamerlane.
The roads.
Who said that last part?
No, just the DM being a
Eki
dick.
said. Eki's looking at you and being like, you're not getting drugs. I will hold your hand or tie you to me to where you cannot go away while we're in the city if you can't behave.
Look, I'll behave as I always do in cities. I'm good. I'm just not good out in the wilderness because I'm not good with the disgusting animals.
I do not believe you at all. And she's gonna just look at Timmy and say, Timmy, if he moves or acts funny, one of us needs to knock him out. Better safe than sorry.
Fine, fine. I promise not to do anything crazy. Hold on to that. Hold on to that stuff till later. I'm gonna be good.
We'll still watch you. Eki's theory is that if they knock him out and he takes some damage, she can always heal him. So might as well just go that route versus restarting the whole detox process that will take forever. And she also figures Darian would have said, please don't do that if Darian was against this idea.
Oh, you have Darian's full permission to do whatever you need to do.
And Darian, is there anything we're looking for specifically, or are we just getting a lay of the city, or what are we? What's the plan?
A lay of the city would be handy. If we find any stalls that have anything generally useful against dragons or survival in the wilderness, might be worth picking up. If we can get some decent deal on some armor, it might be worth us getting some new armor as well. But we'll see what we find.
Above table, I think Eki and Timmy need cold weather clothing.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Fair. Is that what y'all are going to go pick up? Some cold weather clothing?
We can do that
Yep,
first.
I guess cold weather clothing. Yeah, try and get a lay of the city, and we wanted to look at armor as well.
Yeah, I think for fighting a dragon, some new armor might be a good shout.
Alrighty. Cold weather clothes are pretty easy to pick up for Becky, as she's humanoid. You'd have to get them specially designed for Timmy, though. Just going to be a little more expensive. Because, carapace.
And Is there a place we could try, since we're gonna be here for a few days, since everyone needs sleep to kind of recover, is there a place we could find that would be able to kind of take measurements and get something going for Timmy?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of tailors. You'll find one pretty easy. They
Okay.
find one that can get you a full set in about a day for about 15 gold for the rush job.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
That would be for
I know I'm
Timmy. The
speaking for Timmy, but
normal one for
yeah.
you would just, it don't even take very long, maybe an hour. That'd be 10 gold. But you're the usual humanoid shape. Timmy is big buff Three Queen.
Okay. Then I guess we'll order those things and kind of maybe ask if they know where good armor is.
They give you a full list with about 50 different smiths of different kinds, most of them concentrating on armor.
Oh, that's a little overwhelming.
You are in the city of
He's just
crafters.
going.
There's gonna be
He's going
choice.
to just stare at them and just say, if you had to buy armor to fight a dragon, which one of these, you can pick no more than two, would you go to out of all these names?
I
Two of
wouldn't
them.
be fighting in
Circle,
it.
please.
I would not be fighting a dragon, so I cannot answer that. I am a tailor. But everyone on this list makes good quality gear.
You are not very helpful. Which is the closest one to us?
That one over there.
Thank you. And we'll go to that one. And then we're just going to head to the closest one.
That's fair.
Can at
As
least
you see
get a
it,
better idea while we're there, you
you
know?
walk into a road just full of smithies.
Ugh,
But
so
the one they pointed
frustrating.
at's the
And I
first
need
one
to
on the
know,
road.
okay. I need to know also, like this whole time, I think Timmy's doing it as well, but Eki is keeping her eye on Tamerlane. Like no matter where we're going, she's watching because Fest is slightly low, mainly because Sill's terrified her of turning into mom mode and not sleeping ever again. Um, okay, look at Darian. Darian, do you want to go to the first one? How do you want to do this? This is so many armors. It's a lot.
Yeah,
You
I
want
don't
to
know,
window shop?
window shopping could be a good idea.
You can also hear Timmy in your head, Eki. The armor depends on the type of dragon you're hunting.
Thank you, Timmy. That is a good point. Just don't know the best way to go about this. If they're all capable, I would assume they would be able to make different types of armor. I just don't know the best. I don't know. There's so many here. Is there a way? What difficult? Is there a way to like do some sort of check to see if we can get an idea if like any of these places just seem to like stand out better or maybe have more customers or something like that? Not sure how to.
Uh, Not really. All of them look like they're getting a lot of people coming through, going in. You just seem to be in just the smithy line, and they all seem to be moving, getting people out. All seem to have a lot of good stuff outside, especially with you not being from here. I don't know if Eki would know what quality gear would look like. Would you?
I
Yeah,
think
that's what I was
Darian
saying.
would.
Eki's probably more lost. Okay, good. I was gonna say Eki's more lost than probably anyone here because she's not from here. So
Darian, everyone on this street can outdo almost anyone you met in Silvery Moon.
Oh,
Their
come from my city like
worst
that.
guy is about on par with one of the better guys in Silvery Moon for normal armor.
Okay then.
Because the city's name is.
Um,
This is literally the city of crafters from the Sword Coast. The best of the best are here. So the quality is all really high.
yeah.
You see dwarves, you
Darian, do you
see
know what type
humans,
of dragon it
you
is?
see elves, all of them.
Above table, did we find out what kind of dragon it was?
No. Yell's best guess was Based on the evidence,
Green.
you'll see either green or black.
Okay. Well,
And due
Guess we
to the
pick one at
surroundings, the
random.
party was leaning more towards green than black. Because black lives in swamps.
true. And they both do poison.
Hold on 1 second. And we're back. Go ahead, party. What you up to?
We're going to take a nice detour on the way back to the church to get something nice for Rufus for being such a good boy.
You see here they have a wide selection of different meats. They've got your normal beefs, they've got the chickens, they've got the bison, they've got some strange giant chicken meats, drake meat, they've got all kinds of stuff.
Rake meat. And what are the general prices of the nicer cuts?
Slab of meat usually goes for about 3 silver, so the real fancy stuff's going to be about 5 gold for a slab of meat. But everything, it's still, you can get some decent stuff for about 3 silver.
Becky would
I
spend 5 gold to get something nice.
Yeah, I think he's worth it.
Yeah, it's some good
Yeah.
stuff.
You did a good job.
Darian here's their mind as Timmy like pokes their head in. Why don't you see if they have any like cow bone, like cow leg bones for Timmy for not Timmy for Rufus the
Timmy to bite on.
the gnaw. For Rufus the gnaw on.
We can get him a bone as well. I was thinking maybe a nice big slab of meat and then maybe a nice bone to go to the side of it.
Alrighty. You all are able to get that. Is Tamerlan not going in? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, Timmy's staying outside with him to keep an eye on.
Yeah, stomach's still weird, and that much blood and fat and all the stuff in a butcher. Ugh. Tamerlan's stomach is not prepared yet.
There. Nothing really goes on, but while Timmy and Tamerlan's walking out there, you'll do notice something of interest. There is a young man walking along, looking at a large map. He's looking up, looking around the city, then looking at the map. He seems a little lost.
Tamerlan, you hear in your head, "Oh, looks like a tourist." Well, we're tourists too. First time I'm in the city.
He'll figure out his way, or he'll get mugged. Whichever happens first.
Come on, where's your sense of helping? And Timmy like drags Tamerlan over to be a translator.
God damn it! I got stuck with the other good person in the party.
Chaotic good. So the young man, I guess, wouldn't know this because their nose is just pressed into the map to see where the hell they're going.
Yeah, at the moment.
Timmy reaches up and taps them on the shoulder.
As you're coming up, you hear him muttering, "Who wrote this? Nothing is to scale. I'm gonna have to remake it. I was hoping I wouldn't have to. I thought that would be a good map. Granted, I guess the cellar did seem a little shady. Thought the awning was nice, though." He scratches
Let me guess,
his
she got
head.
ripped off.
Oh, hello. As you see the young man, he's definitely pretty short. I think he's taller than Syl, but he's only maybe 5'2" in height.
Timmy just towers over him.
Yeah, he doesn't seem bothered by you in the slightest. He's got good hiking boots, pants, a nice vest, and a little bow tie, a large backpack with a bedroll on it. You can see a sword sticking out of the backpack, and it's not on his hip where it's easily accessible. It's on his bag where he'd have trouble grabbing it, so it's just back there since he's in the city. You also do see a wand sheathed on his hip. He's got this kind of messy blonde hair and long elven ears. Usually they just taper to a small point with some elves, but his are long.
Would Timmy recognize what this person is not by race, by like what kind of person this is? Is like traveler or something like that?
He definitely looks like some kind of traveler. But not like, ooh, I'm an adventurer traveler. He looks like a traveling scholar of some kind. If you look in the
Art.
I'm gonna post it in there.
Oh yeah, Gwen. What happened with that?
Y'all don't know, but that's kind of what he looks like.
Aww. Look at him.
Just a little guy.
Timmy speaks in Tamlin's mind. You mind doing the introduction to Tamlin? You know, I can't really talk to the guy without it.
He starts making a strange clicking noise at you, Timmy, or at least that's what Tamerlane hears. As Timmy, he starts speaking a vague approximation of your language. It's not exact, but it is your language. Because he doesn't have the parts to properly make it. But with the use of some snapping, he is properly getting the words.
What is he saying?
Hello, I didn't think we'd had Vicreens this far north. You're a long way from where they usually are.
Timmy responds in kind, clicking at him. Well, I didn't think an elf could actually speak our language. I even think anyone other than the Thrycreans could speak our language.
It's hard, but with the right clicks, you can kind of get there. It's not the best. How's my, He starts clicking a little bit more with his fingers, and he's not doing... It takes a second to really register what he's saying, because it absolutely isn't him properly speaking, because he doesn't have mandibles. But he is kind of getting there. Like, he has a heavy accent. Would be the best way I could equate it to.
Well, for someone without mandibles, you're actually doing pretty well. Although needs a little more depth to it.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe snap a little harder.
How do you feel as these two are just clicking at each other?
Tamerlan is slightly confused about the situation, though the fact that they're looking at each other kind of shows like, okay, they are talking to each other. It's like, I kind of just feel like, if you two have this conversation good, I'm gonna go take a seat. Do I find like a bench or something nearby I can sit while these two talk?
Yeah, there's one right inside an alley right off the main road.
All right. It's like I tell Tim, it's like, hey Timmy, I'm gonna go sit at the bench. Let me know when you two are done.
Don't Timmy he speaks in Tamerlan's mind. Don't go out of eye shot. Gotta keep an eye on you.
I point to where I'm going. It's like, I'm gonna be right over there. I'll be right there when you leave. I'm not gonna leave the seat.
20
Do
feet away.
Thrycreans have compound eyes? Like, can they see more than most people?
No.
I don't think they do. Yeah, they don't. But Timmy like clicks at the young man to like kind of shift our stances, so I'm facing where Tamerlan went. I want to keep my I want to make sure I can have one eye on Tamerlan at all times.
Fair.
So Tamerlan just goes to take a seat for a bit.
Now, tell me, young man. Oh, I didn't even give my name. I'm, which is my actual Thrycreen name. So I'd actually be saying it to him since he can speak our language.
Fair. A pleasure. Most people call me Leshin. Or Leshy, for short.
Ah, well, most people call me Timmy. You know, can't pronounce my actual name, so Timmy just suck.
Fair. Are you more comfortable using this language or your telepathy?
Eh, I haven't had I haven't had reason to be able to talk to my mother tongue in forever.
Fair enough.
But I can see it's probably gonna be taxing on you. So yeah, we can switch over to telepathy.
Not really. I spent 3 years with the Thrycrane.
Really? What tribe?
He names a tribe that was way further east than your people.
Ah, those guys. Good lot. Good lot. A little weird. But the guys that far east usually are.
It was definitely an interesting time when I spent with them, but before long I had to go. They had another situation they needed to deal with, and, well, as diverged. How did you end up all the way up here?
Oh, that is a tale. And Timmy just goes into like a whole tirade about how he even learned about the Sword Coast, how he came here traveling, protecting the people he saved, climbing over, became an adventurer, killed the dragon, did all that kind of crazy shit.
Fair.
Probably takes a good few minutes to really get all the information out.
Fair. He's sitting listening. He's very intrigued while the other two are working on that. Elsewhere, Tamerlane. You see a familiar doorway in the alley.
Um, as good as that sounds, I'm out of fucking money, and I really don't want to deal with any more shit from the group. So I see the door, but I kind of just like ignore it for now. I'll make a deal another day.
Fair. Not even gonna go
Only
look for drugs because you know he's willing to make deals with you.
that would involve me having money, and currently I have almost none. We need to kill this fucking dragon.
Fair. But he also might have information.
I would totally do it. Unfortunately, a very large, very pissed off Thrycreen is currently keeping an eye on me, and I'm just like,
I'm not pissed
I
off.
He doesn't seem to be looking at. He seems to be excitingly talking to this elf. He's
Oh.
kind of looking, but
Yeah, it's like a side eye.
yeah.
the dice have declared. I go towards the door.
Do I
As
notice?
Not at all. As he is there 1 minute and then just not the other. And it takes you. It just blends in. You're gonna notice when the others get back, but you haven't noticed yet.
All right. It's like, all right, I'll be gone in a minute. It's like, It's like I kind of just get a look at like, I'll make it quick. I head to the door.
You appear, and once more you are back in the Emporium.
Huh. Good. Second time I've been. Oh, good. Second time I've been in this place.
Ah,
Definitely interesting.
come on in. Welcome. What can I do for you today?
Well, it's good to know your door. It's good to know your door can appear whenever I'm entering this place or entering the city.
Yes, it has a way of finding need the Emporium. At least in some circumstances.
Too bad this doesn't work outside the city.
Yes, well, things are unsafe out there. And we don't want the wrong sort wandering in.
Tell me about it. Hey, yeah, sorry, I came here for some information. I don't have any money currently. We're trying. Once we kill the dragon, I'll be able to actually buy stuff from you.
I
I
can imagine. What information do you seek? Not all information is free, however.
well, I don't want to start a tab with you or anything, so
You
just because
already
I'm really bad.
have
Eh, what do you mean? What do you mean? I paid for all my stuff. I paid for all my stuff when I came here last time.
He takes out the paperwork in which you signed last, and he shows it to you.
Wait, what? Question: is there a date on it?
No.
When the hell did I buy stuff? We've been stuck in the forest for the last like couple days.
I believe it was not long ago. You were in need of dealing with your companions. I would ask how it went, however, better not said with things of that nature.
Hey, what you see, there's like a click, 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 ding. Wait, did I buy 2 vials off of you?
You did. You did.
Okay, what were in those vials? Because that thing almost took out like half the party. What was in that? What was in those things? Because something happened, and I literally don't remember what happened that day.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, you had come in search of a way to destroy the memory, at least the recent memory, of one of your companions, and you were concerned that another would get in the way. So the 2 vials were special made to deal with them.
Oh, fuck. Oh, crap. Okay, okay, questions. So how much money I owe this guy?
I think it's about 100.
Okay, 1, oh god, I almost destroyed the party. And 2, I spent 100 gold on this crap?
You were adamant that their memory needed to be erased, but no further injury should have been dealt.
Unfortunately, our fairy accidentally inhaled some of the stuff too, and they're now in critical condition.
A fairies.
How long is this stuff supposed to last?
It was supposed to take effect immediately. But a fairy is a very different creature. I can only imagine the havoc it is wrecking in their system.
Okay, any idea of how? Okay, if I need information, how do I cure it so they're able to both help us and I can pay you back?
Well, I think before curing it, you would need to deal with the disintegration of their internal organs. Fairies are not as, well, they are not like you and me. The magic that would have gotten in and edited the memory, making it so nothing had happened, would wreak havoc on their internals. Though it should not have targeted a fairy. They were very, very certain that they should not go after creatures like that. You said you don't
Well,
remember using it?
no, something happened. I don't remember buying any of this stuff. I thought it was drugs, and when I opened the vials, I assumed they were just something from my stash.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Oh, okay. It also says here I have another drought that they have. God damn it, I have 2 droughts now. I can get this back.
Well, there is not much I can do to help your fairy friend. I would advise bringing them to a temple of healing.
They're
Immediately.
currently there. They're currently there now, so hopefully that should get them fixed or anything.
Good. If not treated within, well, a few days, it would decimate their body and, well, their internal organs would be gone. At least if they took it directly.
Oh, I don't know the exact thing. They had a dragon that absorbed it, and somehow it started affecting them.
I see. Well, if they at it through a magical connection. That would lessen the time in which they could survive by a considerable margin. On their own, they might recover, perhaps after a week of rest. But if they took it the way you say, I'd give them less than 3 days. After their organs were destroyed, it would start to eat away at their muscle from the inside, completely and utterly destroying them. But if they are at the temple, as you say, I suppose that's as good of chances as you have of keeping them alive.
At least I have the details now about what's going on. Thank you, appreciated. How much do I owe you for this information?
For this, none. You have given me enough as is. It is interesting to see that the ingredients have acted in this way. Very interesting indeed.
Well, then maybe I could do something else. The dragon is how I'm going to be able to get you your money, or at least bring it in. So in exchange for information on the dragon, probably a little extra onto the tab, it'll assist in getting you your money as fast as possible. Do you have any idea where this of news of a dragon in the area?
I believe there is one around Neverwinter and the roads around it, but I believe that is where you already are. So, no more information that I can give that you do not already know.
Well, thanks anyway. I will be approaching any time soon. Well, okay, this one may not involve getting you money, but it's something slightly personal. Something I've learned recently that's been getting kind of annoying. I've been told I don't serve the god Corellon. I bring up my holy symbol and says, well, this is a symbol of him. It's not the god that I've been serving and or giving me power. Can you take a look at this thing and see if there's anything you can discern? You seem to have more info than most.
Of course, but for that will be a high price. I know exactly who it was that gave it to you, but that is not something I can take on faith. 400
So,
gold will be the price for that information. For that information is very dangerous.
dangerous as in a god or dangerous as in several individuals?
I can say no further.
So once I pay off what I owe, then we can discuss this.
Come to me with the 400 gold, and then we can make a trade.
Make it. I'll be back with the 500 to cover everything.
Then I look forward to seeing you again. And, Tamerlane,
Yes.
I would advise against losing these again. As he hands you the 2 vials.
No, you can keep those. Those do not need to ever be around us again. They've caused enough trouble.
If you are sure.
I am very sure. Plus, I also tried to eat them, so I think it's best idea in general. Those stay away from us.
I thought you did eat them.
You
Like,
did.
not, you didn't try. You swallowed them whole.
Yeah, small thing. When it was looked into it, it turns out they weren't in my stomach anymore. Though I guess I guess now we know what happened to them after. Yeah, a lot happened in that hour before you showed up.
If you are certain. Well then, I wish you the best on your adventure. Stay safe, Tamerlane. As you find yourself sitting back on the bench. But before that happens, Eki and Darian, y'all have come out of the butcher with your slabs of beef to see Timmy talking to a small elf.
Do we see Tamerlane?
No.
Eki is going to slap her beef in Darian's hands and just storm up to Timmy and just grab him by the shoulder and say, "Where is Tamerlan? We were watching him."
Timmy will point over at the bench that Tamerlan was on and say, "Look, he's right over there. Is he there right now?
Nope.
What? I had an eye on him. What the hell? Where'd he go?" Timmy clicks quickly at the small elf, saying, "Sorry, Sarah, I'll be right back." And he's gonna rush over to the alleyway.
It's completely empty, and it has a brick wall at the other end of it because it goes right up against another house, so he couldn't have gone that way.
What the? Echo hears in their mind. There's nothing here. Where the hell could he have gone? It's a dead end. I swear to
He's just
God,
gonna take a deep breath. Ugh.
I swear to the gods, if I found him, he's getting such a knock.
You were supposed to watch him, Timmy. Why were you talking to an elf?
He speaks he speaks my actual language. It was a novelty. You know how often I get to actually use my mandibles. It's not often. God damn it, Tamerlan.
Timmy, I'm very disappointed in you. And she's gonna go try and look around the bench to see if she can find any signs of where the hell Tamerlan went.
There's
Timmy helps by
nothing
lifting
there.
the bench.
Comes up easy. There's nothing. No sign. Gone.
Yes, should probably ask Darian. Darian, does Tamerlan just disappear often? Is that normal?
You were muted, Darian, if you are talking. Unless you had to step away.
Yes, I am. No, he doesn't tend to disappear that often, and I think if we don't find him, Syl will actually kill us. So, spread out and look
Yes.
for clues.
Someone should stay close by here in case he comes back. What? So annoying. Is that traveler guy still that Timmy was talking to still here?
Yeah, he's just over where because Timmy said he'd be right back, so he's still over there.
All right.
don't think-
Miyazaki's just going to possibly aggressively storm up to him and just say, "Did you see where the guy who was with Timmy went?"
No, ma'am. He went over to sit on the bench, and then Timmy asked me to move so he'd be able to see him. So I had my back to him.
One here is worthless. Yeah, she's just gonna try and look for clues around the area of Tamerlan. I mean, where he was last, and see if she can find, I don't know, footprints or anything like that to try and figure out where he's gone.
The ground is made out of stone here, so there'd be nothing to put footprints in. It's also clear, so there'd be no way to tell.
We have no way to look for him and no idea where he went.
No, because you're in the middle of the city. You got stone floors making the pathing, so it's nice and sturdy. You got some brick, but that also leaves the issue of nothing really to show passing.
What's inside the alleyway aside from the bench and the walls? Anything?
Not really.
Ah,
It just looks like a little gap in between two of the stores. Looks like people
And
could have
Mickey
private
is
conversations here, stuff like that. Just a place to get out of everything so you can figure out when you go so you're not in the hustle and bustle of the main street. You've seen several of them throughout the city. Usually they lead to other streets. This one is just cut off by a wall.
Timmy's gonna start like examining the walls pressing on random bricks, see maybe there's a hidden door or something.
Nothing that you find.
Okay. Becky's gonna look at Darian and just say, while you look, I am going to wait here. I am incredibly patient and don't have much to do. So she's just going to sit on the bench and assume that if Tamerlane is smart, they will come back here. And she is just going to wait for Tamerlane. Very unhappy.
In that case, do you mind holding on to this meat? I don't particularly fancy walking around the streets with it if I don't need to.
Is it like a
Of
bag or
course.
just
And
like
she'll
slabs?
It's properly packaged.
she'll take the meat from Darian and say, sorry to slap you with the meat. I was rushing.
That's okay. I've been slapped with by worse. Let's go have a look, I guess. Darren's gonna have a wander around.
Darian, it takes you about 5 minutes because you see across the street Tamerlane is sitting on another bench in another alley.
Tamerlane!
Tamerlane, you had just sat down. It's been like 30 seconds.
Oh. Oh, hi, Darian.
Where have you
Oh.
been?
What do you mean? I'm at the bench, but the. Do I notice that this area is different than the other bench? Like
No, it
in
looks
terms of like
about the
positioning.
same. You're too
But-
hungover by the trucks to really have too much detail orientation for your surroundings, and it's very similar.
Okay, Darian. Good news. I know what happened with the vials. Bad news. I'm so sorry, and we need to go tell them what's wrong with Tink so that Tink doesn't die of organ failure. And
Oh,
no, I'm not.
goody.
And no, I'm not. I'm not high currently.
No, that's a first. Right, let's get you back to everyone
know, it
else. Let's go. Before you disappear again.
Yeah, I think I need to stop going into alleys.
Yeah, that's just generally a good piece of advice for life, I think.
When you guys come back, Timmy's still like searching the walls until I notice that you guys come back.
You can stop looking, we found him.
Timmy's head just like shoots to the side, looking at Tamerlane, and he starts stalking over.
Good news. I found some information. I know what's wrong with Tink. We know how to help him. And also, I've learned I need to stop going into creepy alleyways, and walking into doors that appear out of nowhere.
Timmy nods understanding, and then bonks you on the head with one of his massive hands.
Ow! Note yourself. Invest in helmet.
You hear in your head, you were supposed to just sit on the bench. How did you even get away? Had an eye on you.
Well, no, you looked away for about 10 seconds. I went to go to the door real quick. Thought it was a quick thing, but then I appeared in a different alleyway.
Timmy looks around in the alleyway, not seeing a door. What door?
Uh,
What are you talking about?
Did you see a door in the alleyway where I was before?
I wasn't there.
Well, no, I mean, when you went down the alley, did you see like door or anything?
No door.
Yeah, I think it tends to do that.
Magical shit. God damn it.
Yeah, that happens a lot. But either way, let's get back to the temple fast. I got some information to tell the healers so they can probably help Tink faster.
Well,
Also, I need to apologize to Syl and Korvac and hope they don't kill me.
well, we gotta do that. We got the meat. I should probably say bye to the elf guy. It'd be rude not to. Don't go anywhere.
I have chaperones this time.
And Timmy walks back up to the elf. Sorry about that.
Not a problem. Is something wrong?
Not now. We found the guy. Guy is slippery.
It sounded like you need to get somewhere quickly.
Yeah, we gotta get back to the temple we're staying at.
Do you know the way?
Why, are you trying to get to the temple too?
Well, I know where it is.
Yeah, we know how to get there.
You're also in a city with not the best idea of how to get back. You have a vague idea of how to get there, but you'd be looking for it because you've been here for a total of a couple hours.
So having a guide might be a good idea.
It will get you back significantly faster.
Well, if you can guide us there, sure. We've only been here for a few hours.
Which church are you going to?
What was the name of the church again?
Church of Lathander.
The Church of the Thunder.
Oh, they always put their churches on the east side. Come on, follow me. As he darts off.
And just to make extra sure we don't lose Tamriel again, Timmy is going to go up to Tamriel and pick him up over his shoulder and carry him.
As
Not running to the
he
skin.
is running, you see him take out a wand, draw a circle in the air, and a golden disc appears on the ground, which he jumps onto and reaches out a hand back to pull you up.
The hell is this?
A quicker way of travel.
Hope it can hold me. Timmy hops up, Tamriel all over his shoulder.
He pulls you up before offering a hand to the other two.
Is this thing safe?
Yeah.
Darian is going to reluctantly get on.
Eki is just going to stomp on there with her hands full of the meat and bones for Rufus at just a level of angry that is not very safe for people. Just livid.
So you are stepping up onto it?
Yes.
All right, buddy.
Saying
Let's make
nothing, though.
haste. As it zips. As y'all are going about the speed of a horse. Through alleys, careening over things, jumping over people. As y'all are moving at a good rate. And it takes less than 10 minutes after y'all's long wandering to get back to the front of the temple. Here you go.
Oh, that was quicker.
I've been exploring this side of the city for a while, so I knew the alleys. Even if this map doesn't really know what it's talking about.
Huh.
Eki wants to look at whatever this elf guy is and say, I don't know your name, but after Tamerlane possibly gets murdered by Syl, maybe you should talk to Syl. She might want to meet you.
Oh, okay.
So come with us, please. And Eki's just walking off. That's so angry.
He shrugs. He's like, all right, I guess we're going this way. As he hops down, helps y'all off, and then gives the golden circle a pat. Good job, buddy. Before it dissolves.
I head over to the priest.
Well,
I
I'm
think
still
you're being
carrying you.
carried
So,
by Timmy, so
Uh,
it's hard.
Timmy, take me to the priest.
Yep.
Let me go now.
Timmy starts walks in and starts looking for the priest.
Oh, he's exactly where he said he was. He was in the main temple. He's up near he's in one of the main pews up front.
Well, Timmy walks straight up to him, grabs hold of Tamlin around the waist, and plops him down right in front of the priest. Do your thing.
Yes. Tinker, the fairy pixie. I think I might know what happened to them. Kind of.
He nods, waiting for you to continue.
I kind of just go into like an explanation about what this. I don't give details of what this thing was for, but I do give details about what's happening to Tink inside of them.
So you give the
And
speculation
basically-
of the rope motherfucker.
Yeah, pretty much.
I see. Thank you. This information is invaluable. As he cups his hands together for a moment, making no effort to run off, before he opens them, and y'all see a little bird made out of, not a bird, a butterfly made out of light just flutter off before he clasps his hands a little again.
Yeah, they said now that he's here and with this info, you guys should be able to help him. But I just wanted to let you know, as I just found the stuff out.
Every bit of information is help. I thank you for your assistance, Tamara.
Good. Now, where is Syl? I might need one of you later because Syl may or may not be about to kill me.
Duly noted. May I suggest avoiding proper violence on the church ground?
Oh, don't worry. She'll probably bury me in the backyard.
I see. Well, if you do survive the encounter, we will be able to patch you up.
Appreciated. I go looking for Syl.
Timmy's right behind.
You're just gonna wander off looking for him?
I mean, I'm right where they left me.
Yeah, but I don't think Tamerlane was with them for that. I think it was just Eki.
No, Timmy was there too.
Yeah, they were together.
Okay.
Remember, I put the note on Seal's forehead.
No.
Yeah, they put it at CC doesn't look at Discord, so they didn't see that. But yes, there's a sticky note on Phil's forehead.
Fair. Yeah, it doesn't take too long to find him. Sill's still curled up like a cat. You see the trainee still there. He waves again.
Tamerlane, I thought, should we wake them up for this or let them rest for now?
Or telepathic, you don't speak great.
What was that?
I'm just remembering he doesn't speak out loud, so he's telepathic, so he wouldn't get shushed.
Yeah, exactly.
At this point, you need to rip the gauze. You need to rip the gauze off and let the wound fester.
So that's what you hear as your bullshit meter goes off and you wake up. And as you wake up, you look over at Tamerlane. You know he's done something with the way the party's looking. And also, there's a new elf. But as you do, that is where we're going to be leaving it. Good job, you guys. That was a lot of fun. It's always good to see what this group gets into. But for what's happening next, you'll have to wait for next time. So until then, have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.